Welcome everybody. This is a kind of a rapid reaction type of thing. It's 1:18 a.m. here in Chicago time, and we still have not declared a winner, but it more and more looks like it's going to be Donald Trump as the winner of the election. So um, disappointed. Without question, I am a Democrat, and I wanted Hillary to win. I wanted Hillary to be the first woman president, but it wasn't in the cards for her. But I'm not as worrisome as some out there are. There are a lot of people out there that are very fearful. They're fearful what Donald Trump can do, and I totally understand it. He has said things that some normal people who are not running for president wouldn't say. And so, whatever, right? But here's my thing, and I try to look at everything as a positive, and on the positive side. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. And this one, I'm trying to look at it as it on the positive side. We had George W. Bush, and for 8 years, and it was horrible. Let's be honest. It was horrible. But we survived it. So hopefully we can survive 4 or 8 years of Donald Trump. And I think another positive thing that will come from this, for what I hope will come from this, is that there is somebody out there right now, maybe late teens, early 20s, and they looked at this election and they were disgusted at what they saw, and they're disgusted at what's happening tonight. And what it does is that changes what they thought maybe they wanted to do for a career. It wants to get them into politics, and wants to actually change this world for the better, and wants to bring both sides together. Because right now, no matter who won, Hillary or Donald Trump, it's splitting us apart. And I think the one thing we need to do is to bring us back together. Or maybe I should say, bring us together. Maybe we were never together to begin with. But that's what needs to happen right now. So again, I'm hoping that there's some young man or some young woman looking at this and saying, you know what, I need to change my line of thinking, and I need to be an agent of change, a real agent of change. I need to bring people together, whether they're on the Democratic side or the Republican side. It doesn't matter. Just someone who's going to bring us together. Because right now it is heartbreaking. I'm looking on Twitter, and there are people who are so scared because they don't know what's going to happen. That they don't know if Trump is going to actually do the things he's talking about doing, and what's going to happen to this country. Will we be attacked? Will families be broken up because the mom and dad were not born here, but the kids were? And there's a lot of heartbreak out there, and it hurts me because I wish I could do something about it, but I can't. 'Cause I'm just some guy. But I think this is not, the end. This is not the worst. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will be the worst. Maybe this will start anarchy and truly start a civil war, a race war of epic proportions, World War III, and totally end our civilization as we know it. And I hope that's not the case. I really hope not. That's not the case. What I do hope is I hope that there are I'm speechless right now because I just I guess like I said I don't know I kind of feel like I should be trying to make you guys feel better, but maybe what you need to do is you need to feel this hate, feel the thing. Don't act out on it now. But you need to feel this sadness. You need to feel this anger. You need to feel this hate. So that when 2020 comes, you vote. Even you vote. You tell your friends to vote. You go out there and you get involved in politics. And like I was saying, maybe there's some young kid out there right now who's going to go to college next year and take up political science so that he or she can one day be the president and be the actual person that can bring everyone together. At least that's what I hope. But who knows? It's just my opinion, but we've got 3 states that legalize marijuana, and so maybe that young kid is just what she want. He or she's gonna want to do it, but instead she's just gonna smoke weed and not do nothing. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, I am going to end it here for now. As of this time, it still has not been announcing president. It probably will not be until the morning when we wake up and we find out who really is the president. So, all I can say is to everybody out there, try to take solace in something that went well today on this election night. Try to hope for the future. There are a lot of things out there. Look at Twitter, check for all like the stats and everything like that. I saw there was one thing I saw on Twitter where they were showing how the millennials voted, and the millennials voted like every state except there was like 2 or 3 states, but every state was blue. I think there was a couple of gray states that was undecided, but every state was blue. So maybe what that's saying is that we're in a good place. And maybe it's gonna take maybe it might take these 4 or 8 years of Donald Trump to pass before we actually get to that place where we want to be, where we're not degrading Mexicans and Muslims and members of the LGBT community. And sorry, I've been sick. And maybe we are becoming, a better, a better place. Maybe this will be a place where, members of the Ku Klux Klan and whoever they want to be for president isn't accepted. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, right? I mean, you would have thought that when the head of the Ku Klux Klan comes out and endorses that candidate for president, that should take half of the, that should take half of the people that were going to vote for him away. But it didn't. People voted for a person who was endorsed by the head of the KKK. That's why everybody out there is hurting. Because it's I ramble on. Those who watch all my videos, I ramble on a lot, and I'm even rambling on even more because this is crazy. It really is me. I was certain that she had this election won when Donald Trump was named the RNC nominee. I was certain. I mean, really, right? I mean, I could just not be, and it's not anything but just from everything that he had said. He the hate and all the other thing and the unpredictability. I was sure that moderate Republicans, the Republicans out there that maybe say, who are financially, they're conservative, but socially they're liberal. They're for gay marriage and I thought that would all went to Hillary, but I guess not. I guess it didn't. I guess it's right here, right? Just straight down here. Democrats, Republicans. Gonna continue to vote for Republican no matter what he says, And then the tape, the tape, right? Grab him by the hoo-ha, right? I just, don't just force a kiss on him, right? All of these women. And of course, that's, I'm not saying that he did anything. It's all alleged. And he may or may not have his day in court, whatever. Right? But there are so many people out there. I mean, listen, I bring this up, right? So I have been a staunch. I do not understand why years back when they would come out with these most hated lists in sports, and Michael Vick would be number one, right? Michael Vick would be number one, and Michael Vick was number one because he was a part of the dog fighting ring. That's the only reason why he was a part of number one, because he was part of the dog fighting ring. And I never understood it. When you had Ben Roethlisberger, who was alleged, he was never convicted or charged or what. Just there were two. I think it was two alleged things against him, but it was about him, hurting, sexually assaulting women, and he was either never on the list or low on the list. Michael Vick was one, and he did fighting dogs. So here we are now in this situation, right? Let's bring this to the presidential election. We have a man who is, again, only have been accused of being sexually inappropriate, sexually assaulting women. And here we have a woman who who is alleged to have deleted emails, right? Delete emails. If that's what this comes down to, that they don't like the fact that she may have deleted emails. What the fuck is going on with this country, man? All right. So it is what it is. We are more than likely going to have Donald Trump as the president. If I wake up in the morning and find out Hillary made a astounding comeback and and won the and won, I'll do another video, talk about how happy I am and something like that. Try to find out some more information, but I figured this was gonna be it. So that's it for this rapid reaction for the 2016 presidential election. Uh, Please like and share this video. Um, Subscribe to not only this channel but my other channel, A20 Gaming, where I do live streams of now Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and there's gonna be some NBA 2K streams coming up, some Madden streams as well. When I do the WWE 2K17, I upload 5-star matches up there as well. So some good stuff over there on my gaming channel. Subscribe to that as well. Please, if you got any comments, please comment. Tell me your thoughts about what's happening tonight. So from now on, this is your boy AJ Tripp. Can't believe Donald Trump is the president. Please, I mean this now. I mean this now more than ever. Be good to each other, y'all. And I'm out.